you know. Let's see. Display.
Okay.
No, not display capture. I want a thingy capture. What's the one I'm looking for? Window capture. No, not Photoshop, thanks. How about Chrome? You're not letting me look at Chrome. Really? This is the Chrome I want. Not the Chrome I need. Anyway, hello. These are human voices made by humans. That is my Photoshop. Today we are going to be talking about a little thing called video games. You may have heard of them. If you haven't heard of them, then shame on you. No, not really. There we go. Do you know what? We're just going to leave it like this. What?
You forgot to change the game to gaming talk
Creative.
shows and the title into something podcasty.
Yeah, cool. There we go. Talk shows. This our first podcast or whatever.
Smooth,
Or
smooth.
whatever. There we go. Oh, that actually
First
says
podcast
podcat.
or whatever.
That actually said podcat. I nearly typed in podcat. That's fantastic. There we go. Now we got it. Right. So today we're going to be talking about a little something, which I don't know. Last year everyone was like, "Do you know what? 2016 was a shit year. I hate it. It should die." But I don't know. I played a lot of good games, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Is our favorite game of 2016. Now, it doesn't mean it came out in 2016. Just that we played it in 2016. That's how we're going to do it. So let's go around the table. Also, let's hear our guests. Our guest today, who is usually not always in here because he runs his own shit and he's got to do his own shit, is, how do I even pronounce your name? I always call you Zuzu, so it's always like Zuio? That's what I
Yeah,
want to say?
yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
Zuio
how you say it.
is our guest.
Yeah.
So give us a quick, let us know a little bit of you real quick.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I was just Jay said, I'm Zurio. I'm a variety streamer, and also I'm upcoming speedrunner for like Crash Bandicoot 1. Also, but
Oh,
that's
dude,
I'm
you do
also doing
Crash?
variety stuff like RPGs and other variety stuff, 5 days a
Sweet.
week.
Sweet. So I didn't realize you were doing Crash as well. That's I've seen someone do it. I think they did it in like 47 minutes, but I
The
could
world
be
record
wrong.
at the moment is 42 minutes dead, pretty much.
Right. Okay. Well,
42 minutes straight.
the one I saw was that, and it was kind of scary. It's a lot of wasting lives, etc., like that. But
My
yeah.
best so far has been 52 minutes 34 seconds, but I never
Okay.
actually submitted it because I didn't actually think it was actually an invalid run, so I left it.
I get you. I get you. Who else do we have? I guess we have this weirdo named Smock. He's a weirdo. Nah, he's great. Love him to bits. He's very, very analytical of everything. He's our analyst. Analyst? That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for. So give us a little bit about yourself, Smock, as well while you're here.
Well, I'm here because I'm now a real part of this group. I started coming here early this year because I wanted to see some Danganronpa action, and the guys here really welcomed me warmly. So I stayed, even though I throw mostly really bad puns.
Hey, bad puns are the best puns.
Yeah, my puns are so
Yeah,
bad
bad
that,
puns
that most quotes on my own channel aren't even mine.
Who's got more quotes on your channel?
I think Tomix has the most quotes.
Nice.
Either Tomix or you, because the 24 hours stream.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the 20. That was fucking great. That was so good. I enjoyed the shit out of that. I'm just editing in the back, guys. Don't mind me. And we also have.
I love this.
Go on.
I love the scene where we just broke.
Oh man,
Like
that
Gemma
was
went
great.
flying, then you
That
went
was so
flying,
good.
and we were just.
I just pissed myself laughing for that. It was wonderful. And we also have this amazing young man who we're only starting to really get to know now a bit more this year, but he's always got a voice and I like to hear it. We got Mostly Mad Hatter. How about a little something about yourself as well, dude?
I really haven't streamed in a while. I really want to get back to streaming, and
Mm.
that's definitely something I got to get doing. Just case of getting my button to gear and to actually getting round to that.
It's a tough one, all right.
But, well, you get into it, then you get sidetracked by something, then you get the stuff that is sidetracked before you. They just they don't really want to let go, and then it's hard to get back to where you wanted to be. You know.
Yep. I know that feeling. I was there for a while. It's like, oh, I have to put all my time into the streaming thing. And then you're like, actually, I can't. I'll die. And that's not good, so don't do that. Don't do it too much, guys, okay? It's like that in masturbating. Don't do it too much or your dick falls off. Just a word to the wise.
Lovely.
I'm only joking. It doesn't
On
fall
the
off.
other hand,
Well,
the organ not used tends to die.
What? I've already died.
It's a myth, Barrows.
I said that,
It's a myth- it's a myth.
that on the other end of the line is that the organ not used tends to die, as
Oh,
the
true.
organism thinks it's useless to it.
True enough. True enough. So
It
always
doesn't
masturbate.
actually fall off. It doesn't fall off. It just wears down
You
over
are
time.
wonderful, thank you. I'm gonna be eating during this because I am starving. Anyway, guys, so what has everybody's favorite game of 2016 been? We'll start with
Who
Zoo.
wants to go first?
Zoo, you want to tell
That's
me?
it.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I've played quite a few games this year. So it's quite a few of like the main titles I've seen like come out. It's like not a lot of games this year actually really intrigued me. Like nothing really. It's like I want to play that. The only couple of games that really jumped out at me were more actually releases for next year or this year.
Oh yeah.
Because literally the only game that really got my attention really this year was pretty much Final Fantasy 15.
Well, we've been
Apart
waiting
from
10
that
years
was
for
really
that.
Indeed, but apart from that, there hasn't been that much
Mm.
overall in 2016. So I basically just play with some of my other favorite games from. Because last year I did the Season of Squares, so I played from Final Fantasy 7 all the way through to 13.3.
Oof.
Also, King Hearts 2.5, doing all of them full 100% all boss playthroughs.
Wow.
So
That's a
that
lot.
took me 79, I think it was 79 days overall to complete all 11 games in its completion. So after that was almost like 3 months for that. But apart from that, a couple of more small side games, Death Road to Canada, and also
Yeah,
a couple
you
of other games in
bastard beating
between.
that.
I've already completed it twice so far, so
Oh, only twice, he says. Oh, don't mind you. And you're fucking twice beaten that guy. I have gotten to the end, right? And then Canada wouldn't
Yeah.
open their fucking borders. And it's just like, I can't do anything. You shoot, but there's
We
like a
all-
million of them.
we all saw.
It's
Yeah.
bullshit is what
Basic-
it is. I'm very angry about this.
We know
oh, yeah,
you were, Jay. We know
you
you were.
fucking laugh it up, Smock. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is great. Great for fucking you.
So that won't be your choice of favorite
No!
game of the year then.
Maybe. I don't know yet.
You have to wait and see.
Well, it is
I'll be
fun.
surprised.
This game is funny for me, especially when Jay plays it, because it's pretty damn realistic. Every single time that I was on the team, I was the last one to die.
Except for the time I purposely made you die first. Yeah, just
Well, that
because
was on
you came
purpose.
along and were like, oh, I died at the
You
end. It's
stabbed
like,
me.
well, fuck
You stabbed me in the back.
That's what's gonna happen now. It's just how it is. Oh, which one's which?
But yeah, so overall,
Mm.
I've been trying to get back into getting ready for the Crash one and Insanity Trilogy. I would be playing some Crash throughout the year. And also because of my eye infection as well, I've basically just gotten back on
That's
top of my
right,
health
yeah.
the past couple of months. So my gaming hasn't been that great this year, but from what I've played,
Hmm.
I know it's kind of cliche, but my favorite game probably so far for multiple reasons is basically me playing Final Fantasy 9
Hmm.
after doing it for the Season of Square, and then just trying to get back. And then obviously after that, basically during the time I was doing my Season of Square, it was the time for the Final Fantasy Relay, because they both was about to happen at the same time.
Hmm.
I watched it. I was basically drawn to that entire event, watching everyone do their runs. I was like, I want to actually be part of this event and part of the community if possible, ready for next time when it happens.
Hmm.
But so far there have been loads of people who have been I can't say too much because I'm not allowed to really talk about it. But there's been a lot of requests for people, and almost twice as many people in the last event so far have signed up.
Oh wow.
So the next one that's going to happen is going to be bigger than ever. That's pretty much all I can say about it. So after everything, I said, right, I'm going to try and learn a Final Fantasy. So basically, my favorite game of the year for me, everything, the growth, the support, everything else for my personal enjoyment, has to be Final Fantasy 9, all in all.
It's funny because when I was growing up, I was playing all the Final Fantasies, and I wouldn't say all the Final. I started with 7 because, hey, that was the first one on a console I had. That's just kind of how it worked. But I remember playing 9, and I really liked 9, but a friend of mine really hated it. And I was kind of going, why did he hate it so much? And it was the art style, and the fucking main character's a monkey, and Zidane was a guy at the time. You know, he was a footballer, and he was very well known. So I was like, oh man, a football player with a tail and is a monkey, and he run around with daggers? It's stupid. And I think that's why he didn't. I know, his fucking reasoning was like, dude, come on. It's still a good game. I put a lot of hours into it myself. I have some really funny memories of it. I remember one time myself and my friend were over and we were playing. We were just leveling up, and we're like in this area. There's this forest area on this mini island, and it's got these little sheep thing. And they
the yams.
Yeah,
the yams.
They've got an attack called Snort, and it knocks one of your guys away, right? So I'm like, oh man, they haven't used that attack in a while. And my sister's there as well, and we're all playing and whatever. And she's taking this massive gulp of 7-Up, right? And 7-Up is her thing, and she would never spill it ever. But then the fucking enemy uses Snort, and I just go, I'm like, I don't know what age I am. I'm probably like 12 or 13. I just go, oh, for fuck's sake. And she just... the entire room turned into spray. If it was blood, it would be a murder scene. Like 30 murder scenes at the same time. And she's falling on the ground, pissing herself laughing. I've lost a guy, and I'm now covered in 7-Up. I'm going, what the fuck, Jenny? What the fuck? And she's just like, I'm sorry. Laughing about it the whole time. So yeah, I really have great fond memories of that game. It's a wonderful game. Really, really enjoyable. I really liked it because they brought the class system back. And I love class systems in games.
Yeah, because basically, they obviously you have eight people. They all fill their own role one way or another. So then you have the thief, Steiner the warrior, Freya the dragoon, Garnet the summoner, Aiko the healer, the Queen of the blue mage, Amaranth the sort of like, I'm not sure basically what he really confers to, because he sounds like a thief and a warrior.
I kind of thought he was an alchemist. Didn't he have like a few like cure-alls? Moves and stuff like that, and boosts.
He has a very few couple. He's basically more. He can do damage, but he's more overall support more than anything. Like he can throw stuff. Basically, any gear you have, he can throw it. It depends on the power of the gear. So, for example, a really powerful gear costs like 20,000 kill will do about 8,000, and like a leather hat will do like 10 damage.
So it's like Aiko and Garnet, except he deals physical damage instead of magic damage when he needs to.
But yeah, and the last one is obviously you got the Vivi, the black mage.
Vivi.
That fills out all the roles.
I loved him.
And you'd be surprised how much you can actually combine all the characters together to make your own playstyle. If you're more about magical, you have a full magical party, or if you need like physical, you go for a full physical party, or whatever you feel like in between. And you can make some pretty devastating combinations if you get the right classes and gear together.
One sec, guys. And I was like, what do you think of dinner? It's like, I'm eating it, but I'm also talking. Please be good. Please be nice to me. So I'm going to be murdered afterwards, basically.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit, indeed. Bon apple-teat. As I've actually seen it written on.
Red pineapple apple pen?
Not quite there, but close. Smock, what's been your favorite game that you've either watched or have played?
I've been jumping from a game to game this year, mostly thanks to you guys, because you just threw so much of that at me.
We did.
That I didn't even start half of the games.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really grateful for all of them. Now Playing wise, I think the two games I enjoyed the most would be Alien Swarm
Hmm.
and Depth. I really like both those games. The problem with both of those games is that they are really enjoyed in a party, and
Mm.
due to the fact that we work at different times, you guys stream and other stuff. I even though I didn't have that much time to play these games with you guys, I still enjoyed them because they may not be good. I mean, they may not be new, but they're really, really fun games.
Yeah. I got you, man. I love the co-ops in games. The problem is finding people to actually co-op. That's the problem. Because really, let's be
Yeah.
real. You find a computer that does it? No. It's a babysitting. It's not a babysitting, it's a babysitting mission. And that's not fun. Fuck that.
Well, bots in Depth are actually overpowered.
Yeah. Yeah, they
It's
can.
so unfun to be a shark against them. Like the first 3-4 minutes, it's kind of okay because they don't have the good weapons yet. But then just hesitate for 0.1 seconds, you're dead.
Mhm. They know how to mess you up. Sue, did you play Depth with us?
No. I saw you play it a few times, but
Hmm.
I never had the game to even think about playing it with you. But I did see it. I was like, what's going on most of the time? I was
It's
thinking,
hilarious.
how are the Sharks ever supposed to win against a coordinated human team?
Mm. Yeah, no. I mean, it's like how sharks would win normally. They pick off the stragglers. Just keep picking off the stragglers. That's it.
We hide in the shadows.
Yeah, of course, if in random, the hard part of there, if you're going to random, it's hard to actually get a coordinated human team.
Yeah, there's that too. Okay, guys,
Also,
follow
at
me.
some
I'm
point,
the best.
I- At some point, I was forced to play the diver
Mm-hmm.
because there were too many people willing to play shark, and I have to say two things.
Mm-hmm.
A, after playing so much shark, it was scary as shit to play the diver.
Oh yeah.
Even though I knew what should happen because I played shark so much, I was still scared. And B, it was so fun to place the mines just exactly where the sharks didn't want them to be.
Mines are fantastic in that
Like,
game.
it's like you guys can shoot things. I'll just place those things around.
I'm gonna wait right here. Oh man.
And
It's
I got
such
a
good
and
game.
I got a quadra kill as a diver. Unfortunately, two of those dead guys were divers killed by
I
the
was gonna
mine.
say, you got a quadra
triggered-
kill, but
triggered
there's
by
only two
sharks.
How did you do that? You murdered your own people. Just so you go, yay, quadra kill! Could you imagine that in League? That would be hilarious. I got a penta. Then you turn on your own team. Well, I needed more kills. I wouldn't put it past some fucking people, though.
Not my fault that you guys got so close to the mines when the shark tried to rush for you.
That is true. That is true. That was our own fault. But still, fuck you. Just saying. Just fuck you, man. What about you, Hatter? What was your favorite game?
Not sure about favorite. Probably the two games I probably played the most at least was. I went a lot onto Tabletop Simulator, which is a bit of a tricky game. It's a kind of a simulation game because it's simulating tabletop games, which it's pretty good because there's quite a wide variety of games you can find in the workshop there. Although most of what I ended up playing was Red Dragon Inn.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty fun game. I was getting to that. That was part of the distraction, large part of the distraction from streaming, to be honest. And then the other game I probably other computer game that is probably I probably played around the most is Overwatch.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think you'd be an Overwatch player, and then I saw afterwards like, oh, you're like level 89. Yeah. Okay, you have played a lot of Overwatch. Here I am as like my level 14 character. Like, yep, I'm great. Oh yeah, that came out this year, didn't it?
Yeah,
Overwatch.
I'm not too good at it, but it's really like except when I have to go up against May, and she like well the only satisfying thing I find about May is killing her.
Wow. I don't know. I've seen good Mays. I've seen bad Mays. I've seen them all, and I kind of. There's times I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna play her, see how well I do, and then I do terribly, and my entire team are like, uninstall the game, please. I'm like, I'm well ahead of you. Don't worry. It's a bit overly competitive at times, I think.
I like how everybody loves Tracer, but nobody wants to play her.
Well, no one loves Tracer anymore.
She has a really nice butt, but that's pretty much all that goes for her. She's squishy, she has no damage, all she can do is distract people, but that only worked in like the first 1 or 2 months after the game was released, because now everybody realizes she's shit, and she doesn't matter.
I think you're wrong, and I'll tell you why. Because she also has really nice hair. Okay, her hair is pretty cool too.
Another thing I'd say about Overwatch, they're also pretty good at creating holiday events.
Yeah. I didn't play the Christmas one at all.
The chest disappointments.
The Christmas one was all May team, which that's actually one thing they've kind of nerfed is you can't have two of the same character now in. I imagine it's probably the same in competitive. I don't really play competitive, but you can't have two of the same team in quick match at least.
Well, I think that's cool. Mainly because
it helps. It kind of keeps people spiced up because you're more likely to switch around rather than just going exactly the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
But just shortly, one of the best parts was just before that I'd managed to I had a game where like our entire team throughout the entire match was Junkrats.
Oh God.
And we just devastated the enemy.
Junkrat he's painful.
Junkrat mains are even more filthy than Bastion mains. Also, 6 McCrees is the meta. I mean, was the meta.
It is.
And then it's high noon, and everybody's dead.
McCree in our Halloween event, McCree was kind of OP.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to get player of the game in the Halloween event, you pretty much just went McCree because he just mowed down all the little because he was the one that tended to get so many kills because he just targeted as they waved forward. He secured the player of the game. So. That's definitely a good match, but in terms of actual favorite game to play though is probably would be a bit hard because I kind of dipped into a bunch of games I really liked and I saw a few games that I really liked and it's definitely games I think that I probably would have gone into where there's like stuff. It was a bit like, well, I think this game is seeming interesting. I don't want to play too much because I think I would like to be streamed to stream from start type deal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And And for that, I like just playing a little bit of early stuff. It's really not a problem there. But you don't want to go spoiling the ending. You'd rather that's something you'd rather watch it as you stream. You know.
Yeah, no, I do get you, dude. I'm just gonna put on a little bit of background music as requested of Tomix.
Another thing with the Overwatch meta that is quite funny is that Lucio is basically the male version of Tracer. He's the handsome guy with smooth moves, and then you realize that why are there any Lucio mains? He's dealing no damage, he's healing his shit, you have to move around a lot to keep the healing actually high, and how are you even supposed to hit your party members like that? I mean, when there's when there are the maps with open edges, you can at least use your ult to push everybody away, but
True.
that's about it.
I don't know. I think
How are there Lucio mains? I can't understand that.
he's good at what he does. You know, that's the thing. Like once you go, look, I can't be everything, so I'll stick to the something I can do, and then he's very situational. Like that's the thing I like about him. Not that I'm a Lucio main or anything like that, but I'm the cool guy. I'm the dad 76 main because I love that idea that he's a dad. I just think it's hilarious. Dude, there was a lot of games I played in 2016. I mean, a lot of games. I streamed a lot of games in 2016. And I'm only just remembering like 5 or 6 of them. I went, oh man, I loved that. Why didn't I think of that on my list? It was fucking stupid. Like, XCOM 2 is up there, because that was fantastic. I really loved playing that with you guys.
You should get the Long War and do it on at least Commander Iron Man.
Oh, but that means everybody's gonna die. No,
I'm
like
okay with dying.
there's no option or
You can
anything.
even
Everybody
kill me
is.
sometimes.
Yeah, but then you come back, it's like someone shit, and you're like, fuck that. Then like there was The Wolf Among Us. I played that in 2016. Didn't realize. I also played. I think I played both of the Walking Dead series at the time in 2016. I'm like, fuck, I love those games. I fell in love with those games. But then I also played, like, you know, Star Citizen, and that's amazing. Not overly fun yet, but it's amazing. If you guys have not
It's
looked
like
at-
how I was actually doing the second
Where
the afternoon shift the week you were playing The Walking Dead, so I caught like an hour total of this.
Oh, no. Oh, man, I was in bits. I was in bits for all of them. I was like, I can't do this. I can't make these decisions. Don't make me make these decisions. I loved them. I fucking loved them. But the game I did decide on, because it's the one that stuck with me in my head the most, was The Wolf Among Us. Because I loved every aspect of it. I just thought the whole idea of fairy tales in New York, and you know, they have to hide the whole time, and what they gotta do, they gotta buy their glimmers. Glamours? Glamours. The glamours, that's what they're called.
I'd imagine.
Glamours.
Yeah, glamours.
It's a French word.
Oui. Haha. I also know that word in French. I had to. But no, I freaking love that game.
Très bien.
Oui. But like that game was just fantastic. Everything about it. I love the story. Telltale are so good at their story. They build this world and they suck you into it and they make you feel for the characters and they're really human and you're just like, fuck, I love these guys, but I hate these guys. But I can't like pull myself away from it. And the fact that it's episodic, if I didn't play it all in one go, I think I would be tearing my hair out. Like I could, because they leave each episode on a cliffhanger. And you just like, no, let this happen. Let me get my next bit in, please. Don't do this to me. And then you realize, okay, good, they're all there. It's fine. Sorry, Hatter, what you were saying?
I was gonna say it's also good, really good choices because they give you. Sometimes they'll give you really good and they'll give you really tough choices. And
Yeah.
you're like, ooh, which one is it gonna be? And the thing is that you with half of it, like you honestly don't know what would get the reaction that you are hoping for, because they might have a completely different reaction to what you're expecting it to go with.
I love the bits
Basically,
that come up.
most of the time, the four answers are like a smart one, a heart-rending one, the
Aggressive one.
fuck words.
It's only a podcast.
The one that
no
makes
deal.
everybody stare at you like
The
what
mean
fuck
one.
is wrong with you, and the very random one.
I don't know. I think a lot of them, you can't really. It's hard to like generalize the options you get in that. I find a lot of the time it's like, wow, this is actually a really hard choice. This is what I want, but I know it's going to end poorly. So you don't know.
And some of them.
Go on.
It's like let's just say some of them like can seem completely different, but then sometimes you can find that responses that are different, but they're only different quite subtly, and so those are the really fun ones to go and try and choose.
Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, dude, I forgot I played that as well last year. I'm pretty sure I played like all of the newer Telltale games last year.
Speaking of Telltale games, I have a question for each one of you. What is your favorite scene from any Telltale game?
Oh, God. Oh, shit, man, that's tough. Balls. I don't know. I don't have any ones that were like super. Well, like there's so many super shock ones that I'm like, shit. I don't know. This is really hard. I really, really think that. Oh man. Yeah, at the end, the very end of The Walking Dead season 2. Like all your decisions you've made and what you can do at the end of it, and I'm like, I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it. So if you haven't seen it or you don't know it, just you can mute this until like 30 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna leave you muted now. Like at the end, you have a fucking baby, okay? And then Kenny's there, and he's all like, "Oh well, you know, go save yourself and shit." And you're like, Kenny, you've like killed people for me, so no, not gonna happen." And you either stick with him or you fuck off. But if you fuck off, then he's left with the baby, and it's like, Jesus, what? That's been about 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And that's why I think that is a thing that happened. Yep. Like, that's my biggest bit on that, I think. Hatter, you watched a good couple of Telltale games, right?
Yeah, but I like it was a little while back, and I can't really remember it, which is partly why I'm like those are games I do want to go back to myself. I kind of like the thought of not remembering too much, because I'll be able to go back to them and I'll be like, oh wait, really? That's what happened? I also don't remember that bit, which is because definitely it's all the twists and like.
There's a lot of twists and turns. It's all over the place.
It's all the twists and turns, and then covering the little snippets. That is very much the purpose of the enjoyment from the game. But it's not just their purpose; is that they are so successful at it.
Mm. No, they're so good. I love every bit of them. What about you, Zuzu?
As I've been thinking about it, it's, all the like, have they done like 5 or 6 series? They've done obviously The Walking Dead season 1, 2, and now it's Free Frontier. They've done Batman, obviously done The Wolf Among Us. They've also done Game of Thrones. I think they've done one other one, haven't they? Or is that all of them? Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Batman, Wolf Among Us. That's it, isn't it? As they made 4 series, haven't they, so far?
Oh no, they've done a lot more. They did like Back to the Future. They did,
Oh.
yeah, they're the older ones. They did Sam and Max, if I'm not. Oh yeah, Sam and Max. That's the other new one. They did a revamp Sam and Max.
But out of the ones that I've seen them put out of all of them, but obviously Batman's still quite newish. So I haven't
Yeah.
seen all of that, but still, Batman's still quite cookie cutter. It's still going to follow sort of the canon story one way or another, because there's only one way it can go. But also Game of Thrones is the same. It'll also always be the same ending regardless, pretty much just a couple how you want to do it. But for me, it has to be The Walking Dead. But there's about 5 scenes out of both season 1 and 2 so far that I've like. I can choose, but I can't really choose either because they're just as compelling as one another. But for me, if I had to choose a scene, it would have to be during season 1, that episode 4, 3 or 4, where pretty much you try to climb over these scaffolds, try and get to a building complex, and all of a sudden the scaffold falls. But I can't remember his name, but the guy in like the blue jacket suit who accidentally harms Kenny's family falls down. And Kenny goes down to help him even after everything he's done, and he actually saw through it all to actually, with help of Lee, to actually forgive him and actually help, basically. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but you know the scene I'm talking about, don't you? When Kenny's trying to help his name,
Yep.
but it's like, but you know he can't free him, and there's no way he can actually save him, so he actually does him a mercy.
Yeah.
And then he's left trapped between 2 sets of walkers, and that's.
It's amazing.
So I think for me that even though it's been like a more powerful scenes overall, especially everyone knows the most powerful one or the most well-known one probably from season 1.
Yeah.
But for me, it'd have to be that one from episode 4 would be my most, because I felt so sorry for Kate and also for that guy, and for him to actually put all his hatred aside to actually grant him one last wish and some mercy. He could have just left him there and survived, but he actually helped him out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
That was for me. That scene is number 1 for me.
There's
so
so
far
many
still.
heartbreaking pieces, or even the first scene in episode 2. Everything that happens in that is like, in season 2, should I say? In season 2, like the start of that alone is like, whoa, what? Those games, they know how to do them, and I love them for them. So Telltale, if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you're listening, send me shit, okay? I'll totally review the fuck out of your stuff.
Game codes.
Game codes, whatever. Money if you want, I'm cool with money.
Self promotion.
Yeah, no problem there. It's all good. Whatever, if you want to send me your firstborn, okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. I won't take care of it, but like, just saying, if you want to send me your firstborn, yeah, no problem. I'll be happy with that. I'll sign it and send it back because I'm famous,
That is one thing that Telltale are good at, and it's basically having to make you make moral choices.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, basically, but obviously it's different from what you would do behind a PC screen to what you would actually do in real life. But that's when it also adds the timer, so you can't just like sit back and take like 5 minutes. It's like, well, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's that timer they put in is actually a good thing because you have to actually rationalize it in your mind what you think or what you would want, what you would do in that situation. If you want to take the moral high ground, you just want to try and backstab everyone for your own selfish means, and then it comes back on you, or doing helpful things can actually help save people, or save other people. So it's one of those basically they're really good at making you think.
Yeah, I always try to answer
what you should be.
Yeah, I always try to answer the questions the way I think I would personally, and then I just see what sort of situation I get myself into. I'm like, right, I'm gonna die. This is not a good idea.
This is sidetracking a bit, but there was one game that is perhaps at some point I thought might have been a Telltale game. It's not, but Life is Strange is
another choice game. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that was a very good game, I must say. Again, it's funny when I was playing through, people were like, "Why are you playing this at all?" It's like it's a really good story. It's really well done. The choices you get are kind of crazy. It's like, yeah, but you can just go back in time and make the other choice if you want. It's like, yeah, but you don't see the full ramifications of what happens. You know?
And you can only jump back so much. There are certain
Yeah.
decisions that put into place, which
Yeah, once you hit a certain point, you can't rewind it anymore. You have to go through from the very start of it overall if you want to try and change things. But
Mm,
always, as you know, probably know, Jay, the ultimate question, the final one, is like this. Basically, it's a split for basically 50 amongst the community. Pretty much everyone that I've talked to about it, there's like basically half and half on each side.
right.
So it doesn't matter what you pick, you're not going to please everyone, no matter what you do. That's the thing with these sort of choice games, is that
Yeah.
everyone has their own thing of what you should say and what shouldn't say,
Mm,
so that you can't please everyone. But that's why the people get to know you for you. It's more personal level play those sort of games, because time you've got some amount of time to answer each question, and people see how you answer and how you handle each situation. I mean, there's someone that I watched who's basically been playing the New Frontier recently, and
mm,
he almost makes every single wrong choice. Not because he doesn't want to make wrong choices. He's just not very good at thinking very fast.
yeah.
So he keeps digging himself into a hole, and then an
Oh,
even more deeper
Jesus.
hole. He's like, "Oh shit, I should have done that."
Oh no. I've wanted to pick that up, but I haven't yet.
But also, I'm quite curious. The only thing I don't want to say too much anyway, but I have no idea why season 3 starts the way it does. You literally have no idea what happens from the end of season 2. That's what I'm still really confused about.
Hmm.
Because if you played season 2 and then started season 3, you'll know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
I want to know what actually happens after the events of season, unless you have to have save files from both the other two. Otherwise, it doesn't show you, or you lose out on stuff. But I'm not too sure
Oh
overall.
shoot! Really? I hope not.
Yeah.
Because they
Because it said
do this
basically-
thing. Go on.
Yeah.
I was
Go on,
gonna
Jay.
I was gonna say, like, because they have now in season 2 they had the server that you could upload it to.
Yeah.
And so
Your save
obviously
file
you
from
would
the first
download
two
from that,
games.
right?
Yeah.
I'm
Because
guessing
basically, the
that's what
choices
they're
that
doing.
you made from season 1 and season 2 carry over. So
Hmm.
what you done in season 1 goes to season 2, and 2 to season 3.
Yeah.
And then the games you made from season 1 and 2 go to season 3.
Hmm.
But quite a lot of people I've watched so far haven't had any save file for season 3 for some reason. So
Oh, that's
I'm actually
weird.
quite curious to see what actually happens. But yeah, those sort of games, no matter what, you're going to please some people, but you're also going to annoy some other people, unless you try to do. Most people actually generally like you to try and do the nice thing, or try and help everyone out, or try and do the best thing for everyone.
Yeah.
But some
yeah.
people just don't do that by mistake or on purpose. So either way, you're going to annoy some people. That's also the good thing about it as well. That's why they're so good at Telltale at making their games.
Mm.
It's better than like some sort of like these games that get pumped out every year, with just like some genuine, just like a very cliche storyline.
Mm.
So like over in like 4 hours with no emotional attachment, but a game that lasts about 5 hours, 6 hours, which you can replay multiple times and have
Yep.
different.
I've always played
different
mine
feelings for
very
each one.
slow. That's the thing. Like I think it took me 3 sessions to finish Batman. So that would have been what, 12 hours, thereabouts. Actually, let's see how long it took me to beat Batman.
That's as much as it took me to finish the Stick of Truth.
9
I
hours.
thought you haven't finished it all. I thought basically you got to like end of episode 3 or 4, and then you saw where was like John Don at the bar or whatever. So I thought there's still at least one more left to go, isn't there?
No, that's the whole thing. That's all 5 episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're waiting
Oh.
for a season 2 now. That's what's
Oh,
going
I
on.
thought that was
Yeah.
just like for that fast for come out for the next time or next episode.
No, I wish, but no, that was, yeah. Now, one thing that Telltale did do in that game was pretty cool. You could actually switch on that the viewers vote.
Really?
Yeah. I
That's
thought
quite
that was
I
pretty
interesting.
think
cool.
it wasn't the first one they did in, but they do it rarely. That one is sure.
That's the only one I've ever seen that they do that in, but that's amazing. I love stuff that you can have your viewers decide for you, or, you know, help out or hinder and stuff like that, you know?
Mm.
That's what I think what Twitch is about. Having
But
your
good, I
fans
should-
do stuff
yeah.
as well.
I was gonna say, go back to last year. I was playing on basically on New Year's Eve to just basically on the 31st,
Mm.
and I was playing the Jackbox party games. And
Yeah.
oh, but if you get like a good solid like 4 or 5 people to play with, it's so much fun.
Mm.
It's a great way you can interact with people and
Oh,
just
very
literally
much
have a
so.
laugh. Because I literally wasn't doing anything, and then when my friend said, "Hey, me and my friend are going to be playing Jackbox. Do you want to come along and play?"
Mm.
And we had so many people to play on that evening. We actually had about 18 people, 19 people, so we couldn't fit everyone in all in
Oh,
one game.
Jesus. How many can play in at a time, do you know?
8 full players. We can pretty much have almost like 100 people in the audience.
Oh,
Basically, the more
that's
people you
right, yeah.
have, the more people that can play with you.
Mm.
The audience can only do so much, but it can still take part in one way, shape, or form. Like it can help other people get more points, for example.
Ah, I getcha.
So yeah,
Okay, sweet.
Jackbox 3 was incredibly fun on New Year's Eve.
Mm.
So that's probably in my top 5 but games I played last year. Was even
Yeah.
Jackbox. Even for that one evening, I laughed so much during that.
It's
It was
crazy,
great.
isn't it? Like, a game can do that. You just play it once, you're like, man, I love this. This is definitely up there in my tops.
It's one of those things that you can't wait to play it next time. When basically when obviously the host will do it again, and when you can play with everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably one of the, in some ways, it's probably one of the better games to be streaming because it is, because it's kind of a simple game, but you can, it's so easy to just simply have a laugh with it,
Mm.
and you, as I said, you can get the whole audience in to participate if they want.
Now, before we jump to that topic, because I have some cool things to say about it,
Mhm.
I asked you a question, but I didn't answer it myself.
What's your
And
answer?
the best part, the best part of it is that while you picked all those heart-rending dilemmas, those beautiful scenes in Telltale's games,
Uh-huh.
my favorite scene is from Tales from Borderlands.
Oh, yeah?
When
Which
they
scene?
fly on
The-
what's left of Loaderbot and they just go bro, 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 bro,
I
bro, 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 bro,
fucking-
bro, bro, bro.
I
It's
fucking
just
completely
beautiful.
forgot about that. And that was so good. Just their in and outs of conversation. You're like, yeah, bro, I'm really happy to have you on my team, bro. I know, bro. It's pretty great having you too, bro. 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 Bro, 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 bro. Bro, bro, bro. Ah. Like, I thought they were just taking the piss. I'm going, what the oh my god. Yes. I had completely forgotten about that scene. Because I'm thinking of all the emotional bits. I'm like, actually, that game is just hilarious.
Telltale, Tales from Borderlands mixes those scenes that are either action-packed or really heart-rending
Yeah,
with the Borderlands type of humor.
yeah, they're so
Either the bro scene or the Athena, whatever was the female protagonist name, lesbian scenes, or the scene when they go to the spaceship in the slow-mo.
The slow-mo on that, yeah. Oh, what was it? Shit. Oh, I had something there and I can't remember it now. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I do have one key for that game, though. Or did I give it away?
Ooh.
Did I give it
Give
away?
away hype.
I'm not sure if I gave it away or not. I want to say
Give
no, I
away.
did.
Give it away now.
I did give it away. And I remember who I gave it away to now. It was to Daz. That's who I gave that to. What else do I have in the Okay, right, here we go. Here's the Telltale Humble Bundle pack. That's how I know there's so much here. You've got Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people. Sam and Max. Puzzle Agent 1 and 2. Poker Night at the inventory. Poker Night 2. Jurassic Park the game. Game of Thrones. Back to the Future. That's the other ones that are on this. So they did quite a lot.
When I checked on the Steam, I think I saw they didn't. I think they did Back to the Future one.
That's another one I should probably have a look at and stream with you guys. Should be a bit of a laugh. Guys, we have 10 minutes and 20 seconds left. Anything in
So
particular
shall
you
we
want to
go
talk
back
about?
to the chat
topic?
interactive games? Because there are a few types of those.
Oh yeah.
Like in some Telltale games, you can go for letting the chat choose
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna be next. And it's really cool. You mentioned the Jackbox Party boxes or whatever the name was of those. That's really cool because you can get 7 people from the chat actively, and then you can have the audience, which affects each game differently. Then there are games like Choice Chamber,
Killing
where
one.
the viewers can either help you out or fuck you over, like I did with randoms, and Jay always died to those bombs.
Yep.
Thank you, Iron Goblins.
You sick bastard.
And then there are games like Party Hard, when you can play either with chat or without it. The goal of the game is exactly the same, but every so often, chat gets to vote on one of the randomly chosen 3 things, and the winner gets added to the map. So the game gets even easier, either easier and easier, because the guys will just help you kill things as long as you don't cross their path, or harder and harder because you can like invite a whole another party and there's 30 more people to kill sneakily.
Mm. Also, guys, just gonna mention this because I think it's kind of an important thing that we need to mention. We need, at some point, to have a go at our co-op fishing game. It's free on Steam. It's a real thing, and we need to do it.
I think
There's one now, a co-op fishing game, and free on Steam.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, there wasn't anything like that.
Yeah,
The closest
Hatter
one
put it
was
Yeah, Hatter put it up there the other day.
like the
Yeah, really, Tomix.
That could make for an interesting like it could be an interesting one thing to maybe consider for while the podcasts.
Yeah,
Just us dangling our rods over the water,
I'm cool with
just
that.
chatting.
Mm-hmm. Be
like in
yep.
Torchlight, like we were supposed to do the first podcast.
Ah,
Just
yes.
us for an hour fishing in Torchlight while talking about
While
stuff.
talking about nothing. It's called Fishing Planet.
Right.
Also, as there were always the fishing games on things like Facebooks and other portals that were pretty bad, but at least they had 3D and they allowed you to kill some time.
Mhm.
There also were hunting games, either for actual forest animals or for dinosaurs. And
Oh!
while you told us about the co-op fishing game, I had an idea of a co-op hunting game for
Yes.
deers, boars, and so on. And imagine just us four just mowing through the forest, spewing ammo all over the place just to kill some animals.
Dude, there was a game I played when I was a kid, and it was like that, but you were hunting dinosaurs, right? And you could only kill the dinosaurs by shooting them in their weak point. And of course, the biggest, baddest dinosaur was the T-Rex. It's like, oh shit, man, how am I gonna hunt a T-Rex? He's so big. He's gonna murder me. Do you know what its weak point was? Its eye. It's fucking eye. It's
Mind you,
tiny.
I think if you shot anything at its eye, it'd be its weak spot.
But yeah, anything's bloody
You
weak spot to
think
be its
this
eye.
is
but no.
tiny?
Yeah,
Do you
man.
realize that the Tyrannosaurus T-Rex's brain was the size of a thumb?
Uh-huh. Like, his eyes were little. They were really little. And it's running at you, and its eyes are kind of not exactly looking at you the whole time. So it's like, right, this thing's gonna murder me, but I have to try and catch it somehow? It's like, what the fuck? It was ridiculous. But I want to know what the hell that game was called, and can we play a co-op?
Dino Crisis. But
No,
I suppose that sounds like to me.
I loved Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis was one of my favorite games growing up.
Now I'll give you a nightmare, if you will, because there's something called Androsaur or something like that. I'm not sure. I read about it years and years ago.
Uh-huh.
It was living a tiny bit before T-Rexes.
Okay.
And pretty much at the same time, the Allosaurs were there.
Okay.
And it was 4 times bigger and 12 times heavier than a T-Rex, and it had red scales.
Well, it was just a fat bitch then, wasn't it?
It was just...
I was like,
T-Rex looks
that's-
like a toy compared to it.
it's like, that's terrifying, but also it's really fat and it can't do anything.
It's actually not fat.
Okay, right.
doesn't
this
look
is
fat.
what we're doing.
It
The
looks
next
just
podcast-
huge.
The next
It looks
podcast is
huge,
going to be
but
about
thinner
that.
than T-Rex.
The next podcast is why certain dinosaurs are shit. That's what we're doing.
anyhow-
about.
Here I am. The only tidbit I got is that the Jurassic Park Velociraptors weren't actually Velociraptors.
Oh? What were they?
I'm not sure, but the actual Velociraptors are more about half that size.
All right.
And there was there's some skeletons about that size that were discovered, but the fossils are actually associated with Velociraptors actually about more like half the size. And I think one of the theories was that the fossil that was found, the one that they're based on, was just an oversized Velociraptor, was one theory, but
Maybe the
The
little ones
raptor
actually-
family was quite huge, actually. And about velociraptors, it's interesting how, because some of the skulls and bones on the arms had clearly had some holes in them, archaeologists still can't decide whether velociraptors had feathers or haven't had them.
I'll tell you what those holes are for.
It's like,
guns.
make up your mind, analyze it instead of guessing.
It was used for guns. That's why there was holes in their bones. They would slot them in because they didn't have thumbs, so they'd just be like, and then be like, "Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro," and then they go shoot, and they'd have gang warfare. That's exactly what happened.
That might have been a thing, as in Jurassic Park, raptors were smart enough to open doors
Well,
and do other very precise and difficult
okay.
things.
I gotta tell you
Of
why
course.
that's not true. Because they didn't have doors back then. You
Try
see?
open cave doors.
Cave doors.
Of course,
Could you imagine that? Like Fred and Wilma are just sitting there like, "Oh, honey, did you hear that?" And then they look over and there's a velociraptor up in the door. It's like, "You better get the fuck out of here! You get the fuck out of my house!" He grabs the club and starts running after him. Yeah, that's what fucking happened. Fucking prehistoric velociraptor thieves.
of course, historically speaking, movies are not entirely historically accurate.
They are.
I've gained some suspicion that that Braveheart might not be entirely accurate.
What are you
Sir,
talking
You
about?
have 1 minute and 5 seconds to explain yourself.
I'm not sure if that is actually the case. It's just something that.
Oh
something
no,
that
it's just
I-
what I think. I'm not sure. I have no evidence to back this up. Well, I think that Star Wars is real. So ha.
Oh, of course, Star Wars is real.
Well, I mean,
Who
like,
knows? We
you can't-
haven't been long
can't
ago in the
disprove
galaxy
me
far,
on
far
that.
away.
Exactly, and that was a long, long time ago. So we have no fucking clue.
And we don't even have the technology to go that far away to find out to see if there's any remains left of it.
Exactly. They made it so that we couldn't go find the fucking lightsabers. Those bastards. That's what happened. That's why they did all this. Now
Well,
we know the
lightsabers
truth.
aren't that bad because you still have to melee with them. Imagine all those idiots doing gang fights and so on with the fucking EE-34.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's one thing that it seems that the very there seems to be the Jedi never seem to came across good shots.
Yeah, it was always stormtroopers and they could never hit anything.
Do you know,
I still want to
why they could hit anything? They'll always try and wave the arms up, down, left, and bottom right every time they were chasing after someone. Wow, these guys are really bad shots. And it's just try to wave their hand from like top right, top left, bottom right, and bottom left, when running after them.
I want to see a death battle between a stormtrooper and a red jacket.
Oh, they'd probably
The
end up
guys that
killing
can't
themselves.
hit shit versus the guys that can't survive shit.
I like that idea. Next time, let's talk about how that's actually going to happen. Also, when are we going to do the next one? Do you want to do it next week, or do you want to do it in 2 weeks?
That depends on what you guys want to do. I'm fine with most days.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be cool with next year. I won't be able to make the week after either way.
Right. I just don't want to run out of material too quickly either. So maybe we'll do it every 2 weeks. That way... Or do you know what? We'll do it every week and we'll come up with stuff. Your homework tonight is to come up with topics. That's what we'll do. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah?
It's
You're
gonna
okay
be
with that?
difficult. Coming up with topics that won't trigger everybody.
No, trigger everybody. That's the whole thing.
And still be connected to games.
Yeah, trigger everybody and connect to games. Done. Simple. Fine. Why isn't the
Let's
main
talk
character
about-
in every
let's
game
talk
black?
about-
See?
Nah, well, I have a better idea. Let's talk about game prices.
Ah. Okay, yeah, we can do that. You know what? Next week, we're going to talk about game prices. I know we said we'd talk about like 30 different things, but we're actually going to talk about game prices and the whole thing about the gaming industry and what we honestly think about it. So, let's sign off. Thank you, Zoo, for being our awesome guest.
Thank you.
You're awesome, you're beautiful, and you're great. Also, if you haven't checked him out yet, check him out and give him a follow because it's very important. We all want to grow here,
Thank you.
and we all think we should be doing that.
Thanks, Jay.
Anything else you want to say before we go?
No, I don't think there's much else I can really. Well, if that sort of teaser doesn't bring people back next week, I don't know what will.
Oh, well! I'm very good at the speaking thing, I know. Smockaroo, you've been with us for... Actually, you've been with us for quite a while at this point. You're pretty much the furniture at this point. Which is a nice thing, because, you know...
Probably.
I'm not going to set you on fire or anything, you know? That's important.
And now I got the song from Oliver Twist running through my head.
What's that now?
It's been 8 years since I've heard the lyrics. It was like, insidious self, one of us. Insidious
Consider yourself
part
of the family.
Yeah, I know the one.
Is
I know
it
the one.
our house, because we're gonna get along.
Also,
And
according to the bot, I came in here for the first time around last year's Valentine's Day.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Man,
that's
I'm
right.
man, I'm lonely.
Nice. Do we right now who actually wrote the quotes? We know who says the quotes. Do we know who wrote them?
Well, about half of them were wrote by me,
Oh,
but I don't know about the other half.
everyone
Because there's
else.
Tommy. There's Joey, and there are randoms.
True, yeah, the randoms write in stuff now, which is nice too. And Hatter, you
I put-
probably are. Go on.
I was supposed to say, I did pop one in, but
You did?
I kind of messed it up.
Yeah, I'll go back and look at them another time. In a time where I actually care. I'm joking. I always care. I'm just saying, like, at a time
At-
where I'm like,
at
yep,
the
let's do
beginning-
this.
At the beginning, randoms were allowed to add quotes, and then Undertale happened, and the bot was just spammed with really bad shit.
Me saying, I
So
pooped.
then for a time there were mods only, but for a month now maybe
It was a dark
randoms
time.
can add quotes too.
Yep.
But I'm an editor, so if I notice a random putting in something really terrible, I can always take care of it.
Thank God for that. Anything else you'd like to say before we end this? Smock.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. Well, all I can say is next week's going to be very interesting because you're going to be all like, and I'm going to be like, that's basically what it's going to sound like. So you're really going to enjoy next week. If you don't think that that's going to happen, tune in and find out.
Yeah, well,
Because it's
if
totally going
that-
to fucking happen.
If that doesn't bring him back, I don't know what will.
Exactly. And Hatter, before we go, you're cool. I just wanted to let you know that. He's gone. I scared him.
Oh, given that it's still winter, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. You and your damn windows. Keep them closed and keep warm, you cool kid, you. Anything you want to say before we go?
Just I'm looking forward to seeing more of these podcasts because it's quite an interesting. It seems like it was quite an interesting time this time, and I guess the next time this is interesting.
Well, next week's going to be a real heated talk, I think, more so than let's be real nice and listen to everybody and let's everybody hear their own opinions, because I think that's a good thing. Next week is going to be, if you say your fucking opinion one more time, I'm going to cut you. Do you understand? And that will be said by Smock. It's true.
Wow.
It's true. It's true, because I'm going to hand him a knife. I'm going to go
I
over to
already
his
had
house
one, and it's
be
green.
like, "Here
It's called a Banstabber.
Ah, you do. Ah, I have shit, I don't even know what mine looks like anymore. Oh yeah, I have a camera, so I can film it and send it to the police after you've killed me. Anyway, I'm Jay, Zoo, Smock, and Hatter, and we have been the first podcast that we've done so far. We'll continue doing these probably every week. Hopefully they'll be fun and enjoyable, and I hope to see more people. And we could all talk about your opinions as well. And we'll be all like, yo, Tomic says that you're a poo head, Smock. What do you think of that? Are you going to say something about that? Because I think he's throwing down. I'm just saying, I think he's throwing down. And if Tomic,
At least he's not throwing up at me.
True. That's important. Yeah, that would be really gross, wouldn't it? Can you imagine going into a fight and be like, yeah, what'd you say about I didn't say fucking nothing, and he just goes up, yeah, what do you want to square up? And then you just get sick on him. And he won't have a fucking clue what to do. He'll be like, I'm actually disgusted. I'm going home and changing. That's it. And that's the whole fight. So as a defense mechanism, always get sick on your attacker. That is your life lesson for today. I'm J-Dad. See you next week. Or tomorrow, because we're having Family Fun Day. Love you lots. See you soon. And goodbye. Thank you for joining and being cool. Bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
That was musical. Thank you very much.
Bye.